It's the HasBeens Podcast. It's your boy Cam Will. We got K Flow back in the building.
We're back for another week, man. Grinding, striving.
I ain't got my headphones on. Mike is missing again. So we got the ghost of Dirk James
I hate that shit.
to take his place, but we're not going to put it up today. Fleazy, what's up, man?
Nothing, man. We got a lot. Sports is back, man.
Sports is back.
man.
Episode 11 is back. The HasBeens are back. Wild Card Sports is back. And the road to 1K is still going, right?
Subscribe, man. Follow us, support, man. We just trying to strive to get to 1K. Look out for us one time.
Yeah, man, we trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, followers, and likes on all our social media platforms. And so Mike not here. I'm going to tell y'all where y'all can find us at, man. On the web, man, thewildcardsports.com, man. We're going to have all our podcasts, all our vlogs, the K-Flow and Mad Dog vlog. You got Jason, all his vlogs. All that stuff will be available on the website. We got super deals on the website, little, some partners on the website. So we building that up well. So check that out for us. Wildcard Sports on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's Wildcard Sports.
Social media platforms.
And
man.
YouTube, man, the Wildcard Sports Network, man. We're going to have so much content coming there. The podcast video is always on there. All our vlogs, man, we finna start doing some more content, man. Everything going to be found right there on the Wildcard Sports Network, so subscribe to that as well, man. Man, like Keith said, though, shit, man, got a little congestion, but like Keith said, man, a lot of sports, man. There's no more, no more just sitting around waiting. Yeah, no more baseball and Formula One, man. We got real shit going on. So let's start off with the weakest shit, though. Let's get this shit out the way. College football, man. College football. Shout out first off to my LSU Tigers. Big win,
the
big
real
win.
Tigers, the Auburn Tigers. I won't say big.
Shout out to everybody who's
program.
in. Yeah, I was about to say shout out to any team that's good. I'm sure you won this week.
Except Alabama.
Yeah,
Ohio State.
I mean, I like Ohio State, but fuck
I
Bama.
bet you do.
But college football, man. I got a problem, Keith.
What's your problem, man?
Shit sucks, man, and I think it's the college football playoff, man. I think that the college football playoff has got these big-name Power 5 schools so scared, the butthole so tight, they're afraid to schedule anybody in non-conference play.
I think that is hurting the product that the teams are putting out on the field as far as competition-wise. I think teams aren't scheduling hard games anymore. Even Alabama used to schedule the first game of the season. It used to be at least an opponent that
West
we
Virginia
thought was good. Michigan, even when they had Denard Robinson, we thought Michigan had a chance.
They did play them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They used to play top talent. But now it seems old.
Yeah, because I used to argue with Pro about this. I used to Pro, y'all don't ever play nobody. And every year he would try to pull up the game with, no, you say we don't play anybody, but it's this the people we played. You just thought they was going to be good.
Exactly.
But now it's not even that anymore.
Now it's not even that. Like, they played Duke first game of the year. If they was playing Duke basketball, then, yeah, I'll be all in for it.
Or Duke with Daniel Jones, maybe.
Not even that. They weren't that good either. But you don't play Duke in football first game, especially to be broadcasted. That's the game in Atlanta.
Only time I want to see Duke first game of the season, Duke, Michigan State, I want to see him on a carrier playing basketball, man.
Yeah, so, and it's not just Alabama. I'm not just trying to blame Alabama. Really nobody played anyone first week except for Auburn.
Oh, first week?
Except for Auburn. Auburn played, the Ducks. We went and smacked them assholes. LSU played Texas. They played a good game.
We smacked
But for the most part, the competition has been boring. Like this week 3, we breezed by it last week or week 3 because we breezed by it because there just wasn't anything interesting to talk about. The best game was Alabama against South Carolina, which was 47-23 and hard to watch.
Yeah, man. I don't think any game that South Carolina's involved in right now is a good game.
I mean, they're getting better, but that ain't, that shouldn't be the game of the week.
Yeah,
to me,
give me one good game a week at least college football. If y'all gonna be trash and not schedule anybody, at least schedule like 5 good games one a week, man.
And it's like I said, it's strange because the committee has shown a willingness if you play someone early and lose that you can still bounce back. Auburn 2 years ago played Clemson early. We lost, close game. We ran the table the rest of the season, beat Georgia, beat Bama. We were right there at the 4th spot to get into the playoff.
You lose to Oregon, is it worth it?
If you run the table.
But in the SEC, is it worth it? To even play Oregon?
Yeah, because you can still get in if you run the table. I think if you lose late anyway, you still don't get in.
True.
If you lose late. So you rather, if you're gonna lose and you want
take
to
a shot at
take
something,
a shot at something early.
Yeah.
Now it's harder to say that about the SEC because you do have a ton.
Yeah,
well, I
this
won't
is a
even say that. I
chance to
won't
win
say
or
that. It's
lose
just
a
because
couple.
you have at least three. The top SEC is not as strong as it used to be. They are getting caught clearly. They are top heavy. Auburn, which still can be caught, but Alabama, LSU can be beat, but
Every other year. But it's normally Bama, LSU,
and
Auburn, Georgia.
and Georgia.
Georgia just got back here, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, you throw Georgia in there. Those are the top heavy teams but the problem is those teams have to play each other. At least two of those they're gonna play each other.
Right.
So I can see why they wouldn't want to schedule too heavy, but you gotta schedule somebody.
I mean, hell, by the time week 5 come around, is anybody gonna be watching? That's the thing. It's like,
yeah, I mean, it's
ratings and
thing,
attendance.
but people will watch because you're still gonna watch it. That's the thing about college football. And we could talk about Tim Tebow fanhood, and when you look at your teams, you're gonna watch at least for the minimum your team.
Right.
So and then if you besides watching your team, now you'll watch a good game that's on as well. So. Yeah, people are still going to watch. They may lose some attendance because the games aren't good and the games are getting blown out. Like Georgia won this week 55-0. What am I saying?
So that's a crazy part. I have no
something.
clue who anybody played because
they played
shit
nobody.
is so bad.
Arkansas State.
Arkansas. Oh, shout out to my boy Kalen Davis, man. I like him. First, Last Chance U, man. You out there, Arkansas State.
Yeah,
and also, where did I think one of those kids went to Oklahoma? From one of those seasons.
Watch Last Chance U.
Oh yeah, that shit dope. I think he went crazy too for it. I gotta check his name. But I think he went crazy out there.
Yeah, a lot of these teams aren't really playing anybody, and I think that's hurting the product a little bit. I mean, a little bit. And like I said, we'd have to watch it for a trend unless they're going to open up the playoff, which is what I think they should do anyway. Now,
I mean,
and for me, it's more so of fatigue. And like I said, everybody has fatigue about the Patriots. If you're not a fan of Alabama, Clemson, you're probably a little fatigued. Granted,
right.
It's been some good games, but I just would rather see. And you still might get Alabama, Clemson in the championship. Which not going to cure the fatigue, but you'll get more teams and more to watch. To me, if you expand it,
yeah. But then
you'll get teams playing more of other teams earlier in the year because there's more spots available.
Or you could get a more watered down schedule where now we got now whereas LSU really feel like we got a shot now because, they added a 6th spot, 2 more slots. So now we don't play Texas this year, and we try to run the table. And maybe
I disagree. You have more spots to – now you're really going to have to play somebody to prove it because now you're going to get spots going to those UCFs. Now, UCF, who've been trying to get into this thing for years,
2 or 3 years.
For 2 or 3 years, they're showing they got a solid program.
They run it this
year.
They got to get in.
And it's hard to do. It's hard to do.
When the last time they lost a game?
Who are you taking out?
I don't care.
Alabama, Georgia.
At this point,
just look at the teams that look good. Just look at Alabama, Georgia, powerhouses. Oklahoma.
If one of them got a loss, they got to come
Ohio
out.
State.
If one of them got a loss, if we get down to the end of the season, it's 5 teams and UCF is one of them undefeated and it's a 1 loss. It's a point where these guys haven't lost a game.
But that's where expanding the playoff help because I can.
This year you got to give them a shot.
And I can say, hey, they ain't played nobody.
They let Washington in before.
Washington, but at least has a Pac-12 schedule.
Pac-12 is it any better than?
Yeah.
What is UCF in? What conference is that? Is that the?
Who knows? American.
I think it's the American. I mean, either way, is the Pac-12 that much better than the American?
Probably. You alive? You say it ain't.
Is UCLA that much better than? I mean, is USC that much better than Louisville?
Probably
these days.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Are they that much better than Houston these days?
So that's what I'm saying. That's where the gripe comes in. I think they should expand it just to 6. I'm not saying.
Hey, Mike, I know you're not here, but we need to get that question for the people. If UCF wins it out this year, man, do they deserve a shot?
They play Stanford this year, this week, and they beat the brakes off them, 45-27.
UCF?
Yeah, but Stanford ain't
the Pac-12,
shit.
Right?
But they ain't shit.
Pac-12.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying
I think you forget all the teams in the Pac-12.
They're first of all, they're 1-2.
Ooh.
Stanford this year. But also, yeah. So they weren't close to being ranked.
Oh.
So that's for number 1. Number 2, the Pac-12 is not as good as their conference, but UCF is the only team in that conference. The rest of the Pac-12 will demolish the rest of that league, probably, is the issue.
That'd be okay.
Probably not. No, probably not. Because UCF don't just beat the brakes off of their conference. They beat the shit out of their conference all the time.
Yeah.
So, It's hard. Like I said, I think they
do what
deserve
they're
a shot. I
supposed to
think the thing should be expanded for teams like mid majors, but at a certain point, when do you stop? But I think it does need to be expanded.
And the last thing that I would say about this is I think it's becoming an attendance issue. I thought it was before, but now talking to Mike, the University of Alabama is actually rewarding students not rewarding students, but incentivizing students to stay for full games because students are not even like the games are so boring. The students aren't even staying.
So most of Alabama games, even in conference, that's not fair to say that they're rewarding them because they always go to the championship, right?
Right.
So how do you choose who gets to go, who gets the tickets? I think that's brilliant.
Give it to the best fans.
Give it to the best fans. Absolutely. So I don't think it's an attendance issue. It's just a reward for staying. Yeah, it's not our fault we beating everybody's ass. That's got to do with these kids piling up in the same schools back to back to back, and the talent's not spread out.
Right.
So I don't think it's an attendance issue. The kids are coming. It's just, why am I staying for the second half when it's 55-0?
True enough.
What the hell am I sitting there for?
Shit, we went to Tuskegee, baby. My first year, baby, it was 50-0.
We be in the cab
eating chicken on fucking Saturday afternoon about 3:30, huh?
So no, ain't no attendance issue. You know, it's just you reward your best fans for staying. And we talked about before we got on the air, people will find a way around it. Like you said, they'll hand the ticket off to that super fan who gonna stay, and he'll check them out. And they'll still they'll be at the calf eating.
And they get
already, and they get credit
VIP,
for staying.
Yeah, they get that VIP on the.
It's a workaround every
Bama
time.
fans, man, I know y'all gonna be in the title this year, man. So I need one or two of y'all to go to the game every game, so me and Fleazy can get y'all tickets, so we gonna do good by the tickets, because you know. Yeah, that's
watch Alabama Clemson again.
yeah. So just
even though I think Oklahoma gonna go though, I like Oklahoma.
I'm rooting for. I was gonna get off that, but I'm glad you brought that up. Somebody asked me today. I don't know, like, is people starting to take me? I think I'm the guru now, man.
Shit.
I'm the guru.
What?
So they asked the guru. They say, "Look, guru, can Jalen Hurts win the Heisman?"
Oh, shit, yeah.
So before I answer, what do you think? Outside of shit, yeah, obviously,
easily. The offense they run he's going to put up yards, points, and it's just stats. Period.
Do you think his arm talent will allow him to? Because it's a great system. I think he's going to
matter if you can throw a screen over there to the fastest dude over there and he take it for 60 yards. You get credit for a 60-yard touchdown. His arm talent is good enough.
I think he'll win it simply because I think the media will push it enough.
That he's got a great story.
His stats won't have to be as.
But his stats will be there.
I think they'll be.
And the rushing yards will be.
That's what's going to save him.
That's
everybody. What's going to save him.
His passing yards are immaculate.
They will. But can he sustain that? Because in order to win a Heisman, you can't have a bad game.
Okay, but he's in a different conference now.
Right.
The worst conference for defense is this conference he's in now.
Maybe.
No maybes.
Potential.
The worst conference for defense
probably
is that conference. His own team has a terrible defense, and we criticize them all the time. And they're the best.
Probably. Yeah.
They beat them in Texas, went back and forth last year. They probably scored 50 points apiece. You can't tell me Jalen Hurts can't do that.
Well, LSU, we kind of put up a lot of points.
Yeah, LSU put up a lot of points and gave up a lot of points. So that's what I'm saying. The defenses aren't going to. He's going to demoralize all of these defenses. So he'll have the passing yard. I think he threw for 300 in the first half.
Yeah.
No, in the first half this week. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what you guys are watching.
Can you look at the stats of that game for me, please?
I don't know what you guys are watching.
While I give you my answer.
They played UCLA 48-14.
What was the rushing numbers on there, too?
He had 289 for 3 touchdowns, 14 carries, 150 yards in a touchdown.
What about the running backs? Who they handing the ball to over there?
K. Brooks has 7 carries for 62 yards, which is 8.9 yards a carry. T. Sermon, 7 carries for 51 yards, 7.3 yards a carry. They had one dude, 1 carry for 12 yards a carry. So he's going to get the stats. Right. And I'm sure it was 48-14. So I'm sure he didn't play the whole game, or they just started handing the ball off. And so he clearly could get out 300. So he'll get the stats easy.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's front runner.
Yeah, I think so, simply because of his story. But the one thing that I would warn people who are going to jump all on the Jalen Hurts is you have to sustain it. And I just don't know if he's built to have one of those bad throwing games, and that can ruin your Heisman season.
He may have a bad throwing game, but he'll make up.
He might run for 700 yards.
Yeah, and I think he has the easiest road to the Heisman.
Yeah, he got the story.
Tua's gonna have to run into some top SEC defenses. Trevor Lawrence does not look as good as he did last year.
He had the bad first game too,
and
he
had a bad first few games. He's not. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not Heisman potential. You need this game where you throw for 300, run for 200.
Right.
And Jalen Hurts already got 2 of them. Justin Fields throwing for 6-7 touchdowns a game.
I like what I see out of him too.
Exactly. So these are the stats that they're putting up early. Trevor Lawrence, they have a great team performance, but his performance isn't the one that's really carrying him. So I think he's already fallen to the back of the pack. So you got Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts, and Tua right now. Tua's more likely.
And that back from Wisconsin, right out here. I don't know anything about
running backs won't win. Running backs won't win.
Yeah, especially not a guy from Wisconsin.
I mean, he may. I mean, it'll be a guy. Wisconsin always got some of the top running backs if you look at it, but it's just the quarterbacks can do this. So your running back probably ran for 150 yards for Wisconsin.
Jalen Hurts ran plus 2 for 300.
300 and 3 touchdowns. So
Jalen Hurts is the front runner for the Heisman.
I think right now easily, and I think the competition will make it so. He will, like I said, LSU scorer who's not known for a great offense, scored a ton of points on them, and I think you would agree that Oklahoma's got a better offense to LSU. I mean, just
debatable.
No, it's not, but
debatable.
Anyway,
let's get on, man, off this college football because we spent too much time on it, man. Let's get to the big happenings of the week, man. NFL football, man. It's been a lot.
Yeah, man. We ain't gonna drag on like we did last week.
Hell no.
Hell no. Tiring for us, you know.
I was about to say
trial and error, man. Trial and error. We sorry, but we're gonna go hit the big games. Monday night, OBJ back in MetLife Stadium against we thought would have been a solid matchup if they had all their pieces. If Sam Darnold didn't get is that a kissing disease he got?
Mono. I don't know how you get
what it is.
But yeah, I'm
out
not
a couple of weeks with mono.
I went to I went to a white high school, but I didn't. I know
too, but I don't know nobody ever getting mono.
And I don't know too many black people who ever got mono. So that's why I was saying, like, I went to a white. I don't even understand it. What is mono?
So the game wasn't that good. I watched it because of my fantasy football. I needed Nick Chubb to give me like 7 or 8 fantasy points, so I stayed focused in on it. And takeaway was the Jets gonna Jets. They always got bad luck. Trevor Siemian, backup quarterback on Myles Garrett, almost killed him. I think he broke his ankle in the game, so he's out for the season. But shout out to Le'Veon Bell, man. Le'Veon Bell, when I tell you, I think Le'Veon Bell touched the ball every play in the first half, and maybe even the second half. They even have him playing quarterback at a certain point. He carried the load. He did not come out the game, and he balled. He played as good as he could. But Jets just couldn't get it done. Third string quarterback, never heard of him. Yeah. The Browns, to me, I don't even know. Who cares? The defense played fantastic, though. That's what I wanted to get to. Baker Mayfield has still, to me, a nice little learning curve in the NFL. The defense continually fooled him over and over and over pre-snap.
Hold on. Now, I don't know that for certain because you asked me, and I'm going to admit I fell asleep on the game last night, so I won't.
Booger McFarland, who's in the studio, they highlighted it. Oh, that's the only reason why I know. I couldn't tell watching the game.
Yeah.
You can't tell. There has to be a replay, and the replay show him different looks pre-snap, and every time they drop back into zone or switch it up on him, he back there patting the ball, he don't know where to go with it.
Yeah.
And really, his game was saved by Odell Beckham running an 80-yard touchdown from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. One thing I will say is I also saw something like that, but I responded on your comment where you're not high on Baker. I think it's communication because I woke up this morning and because I missed the game, I turned on ESPN and I watched some analysts break it down. And I think it's communication, like because I saw a specific play where Jarvis Landry gets Baker's attention and motions to Baker like, damn man. And then Baker like, all right, bet. And then he makes an adjustment and then they goes on.
Well, you're I just think I don't know about that.
They're literally showing like, look at Jarvis Landry, look at him, make a motion. Like they show him make a motion. Baker like, okay, and Baker changes the play.
But even if so, why isn't you think you do you think that?
No, but they got on his ass because it's still Baker makes
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, absolutely.
Do you think Michael Thomas is over there signaling to Drew Brees? Hey, I mean, help you. No, Drew Brees knows.
But communication with the way that Drew Brees and Michael Thomas operate, Mike will come up to Drew. I see something, and then they.
Yeah, but you're talking about every play that Jarvis Landry is the one that's that's recognizing the defense instead of my quarterback.
Right, but if Mike comes to the line of scrimmage and he says, Drew, I see man coverage right here, and Drew like, bet, let's run this play. If Mike is wrong, I understand the total onus falls on the Drew. Absolutely.
How many times do you let him be wrong though?
I'm just talking about one play. I'm just saying.
I'm just talking about one play.
I think part of his communication, because one, I just think you bring in new pieces.
New players.
This Nick Chubb first year, he coming into camp. His first year as a starter. This is Baker Mayfield coming into camp. First year as a starter. This is Odell first year. They talk too fucking much.
That's the issue.
Fucking much.
You talk like you're ready. You better be ready.
But when your best player Odell and Baker, you should be used to. I mean, we're not used to. You should be prepared for some talk.
That's cool though. I'm cool with the talk.
But they got to play.
But don't be above criticism. I was not impressed last night. The Jets hung in that game. The Jets hung in that game. Yeah. Quinn Williams didn't play. Neither did CJ Mosley.
Yeah, but CJ still hurt.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Jamal Adams he's fantastic, but he missed some throws.
Just
also.
not enough.
He had OBJ on it's like an in route.
Did
threw it over him. Just threw it over.
The square enemy.
Yeah, so he, like I said, he's got work to do. Like I said, he don't. To me, he's got work to do. So, but moving on.
Oh yeah.
Game of the week. I'm sorry, my boy. Game of the week. We did a whole.
I thought we just talked about the game of the week.
Which button is it for the? Because you did it. We wanted to do it. Which button is it?
Which one?
The tombstone.
Now we straight.
No, what button is it? You want me to just press a button? I'm gonna press a button. So you want me to press the right one or the wrong one?
It's probably the one of the bottom two. But I would prefer you not hit either one of them.
I got that bid. We made a whole thing about the Saints and Rams. He wanted to play cue the music. Mike, don't turn it off. Mike, don't cut it off. Did I tell you to cut it off, Mike? I want to go I want to fly out to LA. This is like quote unquote. And the Saints come out here and get their ass kicked. They got their ass kicked. Okay? I want everybody to hear me say that. First of all, the game was boring as shit on both sides, okay? It was not. Usually you want those teams to score points. Let me tell you, I'm not letting the Rams off the hook either. Defense looks fantastic. But Jared Goff, okay. I'll give you a little reprieve. Drew Brees got hurt, which is huge. Teddy Bridgewater came into the game. He did not look ready to go. Alvin Kamara, no show. So I want to hear your thoughts on what happened. Yeah, they got cheated. I know that's coming. So go ahead, get that out the way.
Look, man. I mean, it's all good, bro. I just realized, man, 16 games a year, we got to beat the referees, man. Every year, every game, we got to beat the ref. So I know you look at the final score. You didn't watch the game. You say the Saints got their ass whipped. We did.
I watched
it. It's all good. We'll bounce back. We lost our quarterback. But we'll talk about the game, man. It was good. I think the first half was a really good game. Defensive battle. I don't think anybody expected it, so everybody's gonna say it was boring, but it was a defensive battle. And the referees commenced to pulling out the KY and jabbing it in us again, man. Jared Goff, he stepped back in the pocket, and whether he threw the ball or not is irrelevant.
Yeah, they're not supposed to blow
the ball pop out. We grab it. We run up the sideline.
They're not supposed to blow the whistle. They're supposed to let the play finish.
I heard the whistle, Keith.
I heard it, yeah.
I heard it too. So guess what? I'm sitting here. Even Amber turned up. Hey, babe, they scored. I said, no, they finna fuck us.
Oh, yeah,
see, this why I ain't even get excited. I said, they finna fuck us. Because they just blew it dead. So there's no way we're going to get this touchdown. And we're going to lose because of this. Nah, I didn't know that my quarterback. I didn't know my quarterback was going to get hurt after. But that's besides the point. So when you take 7 points out the board and take a 10-3 game at halftime and turn it into 6-3 the other way, and then we lose our quarterback,
I think the quarterback was more of the story because I think it would have been a bigger deal if Drew Brees didn't get hurt. If Drew Brees doesn't get hurt,
hell, he wouldn't have been on the goddamn field if he don't.
I think it would have been a huge deal.
You know what? I'm even more mad because he wouldn't even been on the damn field.
I don't think he got hurt on that possession.
Did he not?
I don't know. I'm not going to.
What you sipping on?
This is a little,
I was about to say, it got close to my nose. I said, shit. What is that?
Gotta get my drink on.
No. Either way, man, quarterback play. I mean, he go out, man. I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses. I mean, even though I do think the referees had a play in that series, and that I think it altered the game. But the biggest thing is we lost Drew Brees, man, for 6 weeks, man, minimum, man. And we got a tough schedule coming. We're going to Seattle this weekend, and then we got to go play the Cowboys the week after that.
But moving on, just to touch on it'll be the last game, just because it's my favorite team. I'm sure people didn't. I've never seen this on a telecast. Okay, Patriots and Dolphins was on TV, right? It was on TV the other day.
Is the game you wanted to talk about?
No, I just want to mention this. This is how bad the Dolphins is. I've never seen a game. It was like the beginning of the middle of the fourth quarter, where the telecast just goes away from it. Like usually after the game, they're tuning you into it's like a special broadcast.
Yeah, like these folks still going. Let's watch this.
Bro, they cut the game off and said we're gonna turn it into a more competitive game. I said, man. But just bringing it up, I just wanted to bring it up because AB's first game looks like Tom Brady's favorite target. I don't know how many weeks we're gonna have him. Yeah, I think eventually he's gonna end up being on
that exempt list, man.
But nice to see my dog. He favored him early in the first half, which hurt a lot of fantasy owners because a lot of the targets didn't go to Josh Gordon and Julian Edelman like they usually do. Even James White. James White got saved by a touchdown. But the Dolphins look like
the Dolphins.
No, they look worse than just the Dolphins.
I was gonna say Dolphins gonna Dolph, but then Dolphins my boy. So I don't
this is something different though. Like they are bad.
I don't know what's going on.
This is the worst tank. Might be the worst team in NFL history.
But you know, to be quite honest, it's the city. It truly is the city. Miami is not a good sports city.
They made the playoffs did they last year?
They
I don't care about they better than the rest of the division compared.
They can't even get anybody to come there.
Yeah, it's weird.
To
but
Miami.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing about Atlanta though.
Miami,
Atlanta too though.
Beach.
Yeah.
Miami.
But they do get a lot of players go there. Sue just went there.
He on his last leg. Nobody wants him.
He's not there now. He went there when his contract was up in Detroit. No, when he was hot. Sue signed with the Dolphins.
With the Rams.
He
went to the Rams.
No, he did not, Cam. He went to the Dolphins. When he signed his contract, he got his money from the Dolphins.
Oh, he back there.
No, he's in Tampa now.
Okay, because I was thinking
he went 1 year to the Rams. That was just past year. But he signed to the Dolphins. Olivier Vernon, he was with the Dolphins. They get players now. That's a lie. Jarvis Landry, he got drafted there, but he was there.
Traded quickly.
He was not traded quickly. Jarvis Landry been there a couple
3-4 years.
Yeah, I mean that's his first contract.
That shit trash, man. Nobody coming to no damn.
People been going to Miami.
They need to pull everything out of Miami. The Marlins.
Well, they trying to.
They trying to take a damn soccer team out there. I don't know why. Yeah, lead the Heat down. A lot of people got chips. They got chips. Lead the Heat.
Yeah, people aren't really. Even the Heat have attendance issues. People don't show up to the games late.
They ran out the finals on my boy Bron, didn't he?
Not even just that, but they say people show up to the games late in Miami. Yeah, even when they were good.
That's Hawks games too.
Yeah,
same way.
But Hawks got another issue. The Hawks have an issue. Well, Atlanta
Pretty
teams
similar.
have an issue because a lot of people aren't from Atlanta.
It's like that in Miami too, I think.
Maybe
less
I'm not
because
sure,
I think
but
Miami
I
is
just
a little more
here in
secluded
Atlanta.
from the world.
Yeah, but being here in Atlanta, you can go to a sports game and you'll hear the fans cheering louder for the opposing team.
Yeah, there's no home
It's
court advantage in Atlanta.
But
one more thing though, hold on, because it's.
Well, I wasn't getting off the NFL. I wasn't getting off the NFL. I was going.
I know
that's
you
what
said.
I was moving to. No, the last specific game. I was going to.
Okay.
We're having. Looks like in the NFL, we're having a changing of the guard at the quarterback position in a lot of places for a lot of different reasons. But Big Ben, we start off with Big Ben since you want to go there. Big Ben, I don't know what happened with his arm. I didn't really see it. Didn't watch that game, but he's out for the season. And a lot of people saying this might be it for the career.
Okay, so let me go because I want to get back to Breeze to it, and I'm going to talk about them both. Mm-hmm. I think they both done.
Ooh, I don't know about Breeze.
It's the thing with Breeze, I'm going to tell you, it's two reasons why I think both of them done. Two opposite reasons. Big Ben, I think he's done. I don't think he's going to fucking want to put in the work to whatever this problem is. I think he's lazy as shit. He's never been the most in-shape quarterback. He's never been the most in-shape football player. And coming back from injury this late is more will, than anything.
Yeah, it's a mental thing. Depending on what the injury is, though.
It got him out for the year. That's step one.
Yeah, but that's because he's going to have surgery. But he's also looking at the state of the team, too.
Yeah.
So I think if
losing his weapons.
I think if they had AB, Le'Veon Bell, he'd fight to come back.
Yeah. And a great defense defense.
James Conner also got hurt in that game.
Great defense.
Looking at that the defense got exposed in week 1 again against the Patriots. I think that's a part of what's going on. The defense got beat up in both games. Actually,
if you're gonna be a sub or a quarterback, you got to be like Peyton Manning and have an awesome defense to carry you in a running game.
Dante Moncrief might be the worst signing so far. I don't think he's caught a ball. Like he's dropping every ball thrown his way.
Where he at?
He's the number 2 receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think he's dropped every ball
that was
thrown his way. He's got hands of bricks right now. And Juju's just not looking good against, top coverage. So it's like
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you.
I'm
gonna give him a third week. We gonna give him a third week. But like I was saying,
I mean, you have to give him a little pass on this week because Big Ben didn't play a lot.
Go out, but I watched the game at the Big Ben because my brother and my daddy are Steelers fans, so I like to tune in.
My wife is too. I was on her ass.
Yeah, so they don't look bad. But speaking on Breeze, I think he's done because more of the Peyton Manning reason. His grip, I told Amber when he walked to the field, he not coming back in this game. When I just saw him doing like this, when you lose your grip, and he already lost his arm strength. He never was a strong arm quarterback. When he first hurt his shoulder, that was the first chip away from his arm power. But in his age, he really can't throw the ball downfield already. So the only thing saves him, he's the most accurate quarterback in NFL history. And if he can't grip the ball in the same way, he's done.
I think he'll be fine.
He's 40 and without 40, the same grip.
But that's not a hard rehab, though. See,
it may be not, but we don't have the. I don't think we have the team around him.
They do.
Go get Jalen Ramsey. I think we'll do it.
I think you can't say that when you just literally lost the fucking game because of a missed call. You would be in the Super Bowl.
True.
That's why as an athlete, you think run it back.
Right.
So I think it's going to be the same thing. We got the same team, and like you said, you add pieces the next year. You got Michael Thomas sewn up. You got Kamara sewn up. You possibly get another receiver next year.
No, we got to go put that. That's why I say if he comes back, we got to put a great defense behind him. Because
I don't think so.
He already has shown he can't carry a team for a full season.
Yeah, he wore down last year.
Right. So you have to go get a defense that's going to just flat out just one.
But I think they're taking steps to do that. I think they're getting there.
So you wouldn't go get Jalen Ramsey to finish the deal?
I'm not
if
saying
he's available.
I think, like you said earlier, when we off the mic, everybody should be trying to get Jalen.
Yeah, you add Marshawn Lattimore and Jalen Ramsey. That's gonna make your linebackers better, your safeties better, and your defensive.
I think the Patriots go get them.
The Steelers should go send 2 more first rounds for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally I think.
I don't think the Steelers.
We argue about it. I think he's the best corner in the league.
I actually think the Steelers made a terrible decision.
Yeah.
Minka Fitzpatrick, a first-round pick, they just traded for him, but they gave him a 2020 first-round pick with Ben Biggin out for the season, so this pick is going to be top 5, top 10. Oh, no.
I don't, no. I mean, I like Minka, and I think
do too, but not when you about to draft a top 5 pick.
And not when Jalen Ramsey come available probably the next day.
Too. So, but Jalen Ramsey said he want to win, so I don't think he's going to sign there either.
But I told you yesterday when you called me about it, we were talking about. I said, it don't look good because it was Doug Marrone, and we was talking about I don't think he believed in what Doug Marrone was doing over there. And
clearly, you seen him arguing. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I'm sure after the season, I'm sure he talks enough. He'll let us know. So
Doug Marrone wants to say that the whole altercation was about a challenge flag. No. Nobody's going to act like that because you didn't throw a challenge flag. Because let me tell you one thing.
Maybe so.
DeAndre Hopkins had 5 catches for 58 yards. So I'm sure in the first, second quarter, there was nothing that you could have, one of those catches, and looks like it's a third down catch or something serious, where it would have made you go crazy like that.
Well, he's that type of player, though. OBJ didn't get the ball thrown his way. He tore up a kicking net. That's the type of player.
That tore him up.
Yeah, they kicking that one for sure. But those are the type of players they are, though. So you don't know anything sets them guys off.
Okay.
What other game? Oh, another quarterback, Cam Newton. He's having issues as well. He cannot stay healthy. Look like he may not even play week 3. You think they should just sit him down? You think it's time for them to draft a new quarterback? I hate to see my boy go, but he's just not getting it done. It's hard to say he's one of my favorite guys.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time. One, I think it's just the Panthers. They still don't put enough weapons around him. He got 3.
DJ Moore looks good.
He does, but he got 3 6'1", 6-foot receivers out there who can't. You need big receivers, and you go get them. They all suck. Funches and Kelvin Benjamin. And
they're trying.
Yeah, they're trying, and I just think he get beat up so much, and I just think he never.
I think it's taking a toll on his body.
Yeah, and then for me, I'm concerned with Cam Newton and the way he approaches his body because it's I thought he was good. Because you go look at his Instagram and everything else, he's going crazy in the summer.
He's working out. I mean,
he's working out like he's 100%, which is not good either.
He's working out to take hits, and it's just some things.
But you got to work out to get healthy sometimes too. He's not working out to get healthy. It seems like he's working out to hide his injury.
I think it's bad luck.
Let me get big as fuck so this shit don't hurt anymore.
Well, so he can play his style of play, though.
Yeah.
But you have to let him play like that for him to be effective.
I think you got to let him get healthy, though. I think you got to sit your ass. He got to sit down. He just has to sit down. Sometimes you just have to sit down.
Maybe.
Just got to sit down.
With that.
Because I'm watching him. Like I told you week 1. That's why I was like, damn, I was wrong. I hope nobody heard that little, like.
He got hurt in the preseason.
No, that's why week 1, I was like, I said, I'm like, he looked good. His arm looked kind of straight. Because he made a few throws outside the numbers. But then.
his arm is fine. It's something with his foot or something.
But then that plant drive,
he re-injured.
Yeah, I don't know.
But moving on from them, like I said. But another big news that just came out today, Eli Manning looks to be done.
He's awful. My watch, I like the Bills. I called you the other day and told you the Bills was going to be my new team.
That's for the game.
My second team.
You know what? That's the game when they cut the Patriots shit off. That's the game they cut to. So I got to watch a little bit too.
Look, let me tell you about Eli Manning, bro. I watched that game from the start. He looks terrible, bro.
I looked at the stats. It was like beginning of the second quarter. He was like 0 for something.
Bro, he was throwing incompletions that were so far from his receivers. It was ridiculous.
He's got happy feet back there.
He looks like a really bad college quarterback. Like when you got
he's been looking this way for years.
You know, like when Bo Nix is like playing really bad. You're like, goodness gracious. That's how he looks every
I watched him throw
play.
It was funny though, because like I said, they cut it on. He threw one into the stands far left, into like the.
He's trash.
He threw it out of bounds, right? But what fucked me up was his face. He looked at like the receiver, like did you run the right route? Like no.
That out route.
He was out route. Yeah.
And then they showed the camera. He like.
I said, man, this dude is through.
He's done.
Well, they have finally said it. Daniel Jones will be starting.
I like Daniel Jones, man. One, he came from a small school without all the best talent. So
he's
good with me.
I don't like it.
So he good with me there, and I also watched him all preseason because
I don't like it.
I like to see the underdog do well. So I wanted to because nobody wanted him to be there. I want to see him do well.
I don't like it for him.
He's a very accurate quarterback.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, he's about the situation.
The team is so bad, and Sterling Shepard didn't.
He got weapons though.
Sterling Shepard did not play yesterday or the other day. Got a concussion.
Golden Tate still not back.
Still out. I would wait until he gets a full complement of weapons before I throw him out there. Because if he gets hit,
he got the weapon though.
What?
Saquon
but he can only do so much.
He's a lot more accurate than Eli, so he can at least get it to people.
But you got to have somebody that's going to get open.
We'll see, but he's definitely going to be an upgrade. Trust me.
Actually, Eli Manning is done, man.
Yeah, I'm normally not one of the people who hop on and like get him out of here, but I was looking at the game like it's time.
Yeah, man.
And even the commentators like, do you bring Daniel Jones in now?
No, not now.
No, they like
they had
a
chance to win because, like I said, the Bills didn't play that well. They didn't put them away.
Yeah, the Bills just don't have that. You got Frank Gore trying to put people away. You know, he's not
old as shit.
Yeah, you just not gonna put people away with Frank Gore out there. What else we got? I actually want to move while I got it up here. I want to look into some of our wild card sports talk question submissions, and since this is something I talked about earlier, I want to jump into it. Let's talk about Tim Tebow, man.
Yeah,
let's talk about him and actually, I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about MJ.
Really?
I want to jump straight to MJ. I'm done. Let's talk about MJ. So MJ, the other day, it was a report he sold some of his team, but he retained majority power, right?
Okay.
And then the story comes out today that this drunk bastard, along with Jeannie Buss and other owners, they've invested in a tequila company.
What's your issue here?
I'm just MJ hater. I'm an MJ. What's the word? I'm not a hater.
Yeah, you are a hater. That's the only word to say.
I be on MJ ass.
Hater.
I be on MJ ass.
This is nothing. This is not even news.
It's news. You know why it's news? Because MJ need to be spending his time and his money on.
That money has nothing to do with these stinky ass Charlotte.
It does.
No, it does not. No.
He just like giving his money away. He gave it to Terry Rozier. He giving it to his tequila company. He's giving it to Jeannie Buss. He giving them to Jordan and Haynes.
You have to give the money to people that want it. Who wants to go to Charlotte? Name me a guy that Charlotte.
Kimba wanted to go to Charlotte.
No, Kimba was ready to go. Kimba didn't have a choice.
Kimba wanted that bag and he didn't give it to him, but he wanted to go.
You even said don't give it to him.
Well, you don't give it to tequila? You trying to win titles?
That money, stop it. You sound stupid. That money has nothing to do.
I'm talking shit. Real.
That has nothing to do. Nobody wants to go to Charlotte.
I'm talking shit. What you think about it though?
I have no.
It's just a couple owners
got
together.
Money, man. They make money. That's what owners do. Y'all surprised?
I'm not surprised. But MJ,
He in the game.
Tequila, he could have did something different.
No, I mean he. If it's one person that know tequila, it's probably MJ.
It's definitely MJ. Definitely MJ. He'll have a cigar company soon too.
Yeah. So speaking of NBA and I guess transition to basketball, shout out to the stinky ass Olympic team we put together. You were trying to tell me that this team was going to be okay, and okay is the prime word that they were. Basically, the Boston Celtics.
I said first off, I said they was gonna be okay if they had my boy Kuzma, but they cut my boy Kuzma.
Kuzma no.
Kuzma was a difference maker.
No. I'm a Lakers fan.
What's up with you though? What you got to say?
The games came on too early, so I didn't get it. Yeah, I didn't see one, but looking at the scores and looking at the team that they put together, boy, were they not ready. A bunch of role players that played to me besides Kemba Walker. Jason Tatum still showing no signs of being ready.
What happened to him?
I mean, it's a little early to say what happened to him. He did get injured out there with an ankle injury, so I don't know if he even played in the last few games. But the team that they put together just wasn't like Marcus Smart was playing a lot of minutes. You don't play Marcus. You don't need Marcus Smart and no.
I always ask myself how Marcus Smart get minutes until I realize like the same way you get minutes, Cam, when you play.
Yeah, exactly.
Organized.
Just do all the nasty shit.
I just don't see any team with him on it winning a world championship.
He should not be making that roster.
World championship, no. I'm sure it was plenty of other guys who wanted to be there that could have took his spot.
Nope, I disagree.
International basketball is about scoring.
Yeah. Outscore these teams.
It's not even really about defense either, because you can literally slap somebody's ball off the rim. So, like, I don't have to play defense. I can just wait for you to put a shot off the rim.
Think it is.
I mean, it is, but if you really wanted to do it, like, defense doesn't win international basketball. It's awful.
I mean, the teams were better. You talking about Marcus Gasol, Ricky Rubio.
And they play different. They play totally different. That's why I said they play more physical. So inside is really like, inside buckets is a little more difficult.
Teams full of NBA players, honestly.
Yeah, they
Rudy Gobert standing back there,
beating everything up.
What's his name from the
Jokic out there with the Serbian team.
You got even on the French team they had Evan Fournier, who's a certified scorer in the NBA.
Flat out scorer. That's all he can do.
He's a scorer.
Yeah,
and then you give him international rules. Yeah, you're
playing by the rules they grew up playing. It's natural for them.
This was disappointing. We placed 7th. Yes, I said that 7th.
Is it Pop?
No, it's his first.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's Pop. I think
what you think, Coach K?
I think it's a little bit of fatigue, man. I think it's a little bit of fatigue. A lot of the stars that usually play been playing a lot of playoff minutes and didn't want to play. So when they backed out, and I told you this before, a lot of players did not want to be a part of something that could lose.
Yeah.
So you got Dame Lillard start dropping out. He said, "Man, I don't know."
Yeah.
Once Dame Lillard started dropping out, CJ McCollum's like, "Nah," and then trickle effect. People do not want to be associated.
Did you hear what Draymond said?
What did he say?
Draymond, I mean, he said that, I forgot the quote, but it was pretty much along the lines of, we know what happened, but trust me, the Olympics, it's going to be a lot.
I mean,
because he said he want to play in the Olympics.
Last time.
So what do you do to these guys who went out and lost? You just say, fuck y'all, get out of here? Or you bring a few on
you
back?
You have to. I mean, what do you expect, though?
I mean,
you just came in 7th for number 1, so you ain't showed me enough, so now you want me to take you. You ain't gave me no reason to take you over Kevin
What about
Durant.
the Redeem team? Didn't they take most of them guys and then add some stars to it?
No. I think the team
that
lost all those games. I think a lot of
LeBron was on, but that was young LeBron. It was like rookie, sophomore LeBron.
Yeah, they brought LeBron back because he was real by that time.
Yeah,
what you talking about? Kobe, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, Jason Kidd.
Was Dwight on that team?
Dwight, Tayshaun Prince. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a
whole
tough
roster.
team.
Yeah, it's a whole new roster, man. So, yeah,
we'll see what we do next year, man, in the Olympics. The Olympics next year? No.
I don't know.
What is next? What's next? What's something's next year? And we'll see what we'll do. Let's move into something a little different, man. A little different, man. I got a story for you. I want you to tell me what you think about this, man. Sitting around, man, I'm sitting there looking at the ticker and it says some NHL player suspended 3 games. You know, I see suspension, NHL. I'm thinking he hooking, fighting or something for cocaine use. So, I see the word cocaine. It's going to
say the appropriate word they suspended him for.
Oh, I'm going to get there. So that's what I first saw. 3 NHL players suspended 3 games for cocaine.
Oh, they did say cocaine. Okay, I didn't.
So so I'm thinking to myself like, wow, you hear the word cocaine sports, it's gonna you're gonna start reading.
Mm-hmm.
And I start reading, and I'm gonna get the name wrong. It's Evgeny
Play for the
Kuzminska.
Capitals.
He
Man.
played for the
Look him up.
Washington Capitals. I did some research on him, checked NHL, his ratings on NHL 20, man. He was like 89, so I know he's a solid, real good player, man. And he's a Russian player, and this summer he was playing for the World Cup, whatever it is, the world title, whatever tournament for the Russian national team, and a picture came out of him in a picture next to 2 lines of cocaine. So from there, he was already, under scrutiny. How could you be around this? What's that?
How could I be around it? I'm in it.
Yeah, I'm in it. But I don't know, And he takes a piss test, and he pops high for cocaine.
Of course he does.
So what is it called? Let me get it right. The International Ice Hockey Federation. That's who I guess is like FIFA or FIBA but hockey.
Mm-hmm.
They banned him 4 years from international play. They don't play that shit. You doing coke, get the fuck out of here. But the NHL suspended him, and it wasn't for drug use. It was for inappropriate conduct.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what the fuck, right? So I go and look further, and I realize that the NHL has no drug policy on recreational drugs.
Now, in your research, do they do random drug tests like the other leagues? That's my question.
So what I would do is I would pull up this link. See, I'm prepared this week. I was ready for all your bullshit questions.
I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to ask before I comment.
In the NHL, let's go look. Keep talking to me while I'm scrolling it, dog.
Oh, yeah. I asked that question because I think that's important, because if they don't have drug tests, then you're absolutely right to say that they don't have a drug policy.
So it says right here, the NHL tests every player at random between 0 and 3 times per year. Most tests are conducted during off days. Tests only occur during the regular season, not during the playoffs or off season.
So they do have a drug policy. Now, what they did is to not make a bunch of rules about different drugs or different, just about everything. They just looped it into one: inappropriate misconduct. Is that what it says? Correct.
That's what he was suspended for.
Right. So that basically is the drug policy. Now, theirs is not as stringent as everybody else's, and I think it's not that it's not as stringent. We just don't pay attention to hockey in this country like that. If you listen to any podcast or any show, no NHL is ever mentioned until you get to the NHL Stanley Cup.
Of course.
Only time you see it is you may see a highlight or something like that, but nobody talks NHL because it's just not a big enough audience here to talk about it. So it's not that they don't have a drug policy. It's just that
they don't test for. But for me, is the issue is they don't test for recreational drugs. So here's what the NHL's test for: steroids, steroid related hormones, anti-estrogen agents, oxygen transfer enhancers, and gene doping. So they do no type of recreational testing. And I say that to ask you, why does the NBA and the NFL still do drug testing? Because even I looked at the MLB. The MLB also does not do recreational drug testing.
Now, that's a different thing. Do I think they should still be testing for weed and stuff like that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think there's too much research that shows the good that weed can do in certain things. And that doing the drugs does not have nothing to do with their play on the field. It does have, some of them prefer it to help them play on the field. So I don't think it hurts or hinders the product. As long as you're not doing the line of smoking a joint on the sideline, who gives a shit, to be honest?
I mean, that's what I would think. But why do you think that, though? Why do you think that the NFL and the NBA are literally the only 2 major sports, whether we look at it or not? I mean, NHL,
I think the NBA is lax too, honestly. I'm sure tons of people in the NBA smoke weed.
I mean, of course. I mean, we've seen plenty of documentaries. What Bleach Report did the 420 documentary. So, we know that they get away with it. And the thing about the NHL and NBA is their drug tests it's not mandatory drug tests. I mean, in NFL, if you're an NFL player, you're going to get popped once at least a year. NBA, NHL is not mandatory. You normally going to get hit, but you know.
I have a problem with some, but I do have a problem with the players as well. Granted, and I'm sure a lot of people agree that it should not be tested for. But because they are testing for it, and they give you ample warning, they aren't really surprise drug tests, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna make any excuses for anybody failing
pop
a
hot.
test.
Even at the if I feel as though if you pop hot at the NFL Combine, you shouldn't be drafted. You shouldn't be drafted.
Yeah,
I
because
think that
you
just
just
shows a line of stupidity.
I won't say that. I won't say
you're
that.
getting tested at the NFL Combine. You have
Well,
months.
maybe he stopped smoking months ago because the myth about drugs, well, weed in particular, is it's not like I think people think that it just comes out of your system 30 days.
Months. It takes
but
months.
if you're a heavy smoker, it takes
3
you
months.
3 or 4 months.
But who doesn't know that? I don't even smoke, and I know that.
Well, hell, shit. You think about a 20-year-old, 21-year-old kid.
But no, it's not. No, agents know this.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's you hired.
You hired. Come on, bro. This is stupidity. I wouldn't draft him.
I wouldn't either. I mean, I wouldn't either.
I think that just shows me he's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, he don't get it.
He's gonna be a problem.
He don't get it. He can't just blow his weed. We gonna tell you when the test is.
3 months. You can't stop for 3 months. Get this bag, and after that, you do your thing.
I mean, but it's tough to ask anybody to stop doing anything they like to do for 3 months.
Not for millions of dollars.
Stay off of 2K stay off of Xbox for 3 months.
If you tell me I stay off of Xbox for 3 months and you're giving me $10 million, I'll throw that bitch in the trash.
I got to find something other than Xbox. That's too simple. Because I think what people really, they look at drugs and they don't look at them. People who don't do drugs or don't do things or don't have vices, they look at someone else's vice.
No, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like, I think for Josh Gordon, I use Josh Gordon as an example. I think Stephen A was so hard on him because, like, people look at him like it's only weed. But for Josh Gordon, that's a lifeline. You see what I'm saying? So for me, that's the problem I got with it, because for a lot of these people, it's a lifeline. These guys
like I said, especially weed.
Look at the NBA. Cocaine, opiates, PCP, LSD, and marijuana. They test for that. For what?
I mean, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, what they do on their own time shouldn't be no matter. As long as they not out here tearing the streets up, like I said, then that would be, they can have the same rules in NHL. Conduct, what does it say? Inappropriate conduct. Inappropriate conduct. So if you go out, you doing drugs, and you out there, you do something out there in the public, yeah, you should get suspended. If you smoking weed in your own home, you should be fine.
Okay. And so I guess that answered both of my questions about, okay, so I said, should professional sports test for recreational drugs? Obviously, you think it's not. And the NFL and NBA are the only two that still test for marijuana in particular.
Yeah.
Which I think is
marijuana has just shown that it can be helpful.
And it's legalized in a lot of states. I just don't I think that's the problem. I think people's livelihoods and careers are being ruined by something so small. You know what I'm saying?
But you can say that about a lot of stuff.
But this guy can go do coke.
Yeah, but you can say that about a lot of stuff, though. Why do jobs still test for weed and stuff?
It's a control thing. It's a control
thing. But how could you legally? How could I live in Colorado and I can smoke weed? I can walk up and down the street smoking weed, but you can still fire me for my job if you want to.
That's weird.
How does that even go together?
It doesn't make sense. That's why I say it's a control thing, and I mean it's just like these establishments and these institutions, they got control, and like you said, like you look at it like we got the bag, so do what we say, or we're not gonna give you the bag. And I get it. It's unfortunate, but I think it's just like, wow,
that money can change your life. You have to.
Yeah, you got to think about it.
If that's the rule,
you got to think about it.
You got to sacrifice.
And if it's a little joint, I mean, shit, you got to.
Like you said, I understand that's your vice. If you need to get therapy and somebody to get you through. Yeah, because you can honestly look at Josh Gordon and say he has missed out on at least $50 to $60 to $70 million.
Easily.
He was on track to be
highest paid receiver in football.
He was going to get that deal where you get the next person up gets the highest deal.
He'd be right there. I need that Josh Gordon deal. I need that Josh Gordon deal. Absolutely right.
He was on his way, and all he had to do. I'm not even talking about long term. All he had to do was stop for maybe couple months, man. Make it to one more season.
I get it.
And get your bag.
You feel me? But what if he stopped and then like his whole drive changed, his whole his whole hustle, his whole grind, his whole approach on the field changed. You feel me?
It's a sacrifice.
And it's just like weed and what else?
I get it. It's not that big of a deal. I get it. It's not that big of a deal.
This shit just
but
weird.
That's their rules.
So with that said, I think we need to. Are we important enough to go to Goodell and then Adam Silver?
Probably
Not
not.
yet.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm gonna have a
We
sit
can
down
hold
with
off. We
Goodell.
can hold off.
Look, somebody get me in touch with Goodell, man. If Jay-Z can get in touch with him, you feel me? I can probably get him on the phone, man. We gonna talk to Goodell and we gonna see what we can do about this.
So, man, look, man, back on the NFL, before we really get up out of here, let's make our weekly picks for this upcoming week. I don't even know how I did. I know I missed some games.
You
Falcons,
did bad, bro.
Falcons stuck it out. You know, we'll have it up after we pick today. We'll
can
get
go
Mike's
through
picks
and check it out now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll run through real quick. Just real quick, last
week.
week game. Patriots, Dolphins. I picked the Patriots. We both got a win there. Lions, Chargers. 13-10 Lions.
Big L's for both of us.
Big L for both of us. Oh, shoot. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get to the actual NFL thing. Those just my teams. Who else? I know I lost the Eagles and I know I lost the Eagles and the Falcons. I know you lost that one too. Yeah, man. Let's see. There we go. I got it.
I'm about to get the list up for me, my guy.
I got it. All right, starting with the Bucks and Panthers. We both lost that. That was week game 1. Both of us lost that one. Panthers blew it for us. Like I said, Lions, Chargers. We both lost that one. Patriots, Dolphins. We both won that one. Bengals, 49ers. We both won that one. Packers, Vikings. I picked the Vikings. You picked the Packers. So I lost that
AA
one.
run.
And they didn't look good. I want you to know that.
It's just AA run, man. I ain't going away.
Yeah, whatever. Colts, Titans. You won that one.
Big
I lost
Colts.
that one. Bills, Giants. We both won that one. Seahawks, Steelers.
I won
that one. I think I lost that one. Cowboys, Redskins. Who'd you choose?
Cowboys. No.
I won that one.
I think the Redskins are a really good team, but no, the Cowboys tough.
Ravens, Cardinals.
I picked the Cards on that one.
I won that one. You lost that one. Texans, Jags.
We both
I won that one. Chiefs, Raiders. I won that one. Bears, Broncos. I won that one.
Yeah, we good there.
Saints, Rams. I won that one. You definitely lost that one. Eagles, Falcons. We both lost that one. And then Browns, Jets. I'm pretty sure we both won.
All right, let's get into this week, man.
This week, starting off with the Thursday night game, Titans, Jags. I'm worried about the focus of the Jags with Jalen Ramsey. Is he going to be there? Is he not? Titans look okay. They do their Titan thing where they show up sometimes, don't show up another time. Who you got?
Short week. I don't think Jalen Ramsey playing. If you're trying to trade him, you don't play him Thursday. I don't think so. If you're going to trade him, don't play him.
Yeah, but if
short week.
But the thing about it is they don't want to trade him. So that's just something he requested. So if you get the last,
I don't think he makes that much of a difference in this game anyway.
I think you get last, he will make a difference. If you say he's the best corner, he will make a difference.
Ain't nobody there. Ain't nobody lock up over there.
Yeah, but if he can't throw the ball at all, it's gonna make a difference.
I mean, I understand. I don't think that. I mean, what's the dude name with the mustache out there in Jacksonville throwing that thing now?
Missed you.
Missed you.
I
ain't ready for him.
He look good though.
He do. He don't look bad.
So who you got, man? That's what it comes down to.
Titans.
It's a tough one, man.
I'm gonna go Titans, bro. Just because I don't know what's gonna go on with the Jaguars this weekend.
I don't either, but
I'm gonna go
so
Titans.
I can try to make up some ground. I'll go Jags. I don't think either team. I think it's in Jacksonville, so
yeah.
I'll take
short
the home
week.
team. Short week. Leonard Fournette starting to get some grind going.
Mm-hmm.
Next game.
Skip it because I don't even want. We
don't have to say much about it, but Pats Jets. Oh no, this. I got a list. Pats Jets 1:00 game. Patriots. I'm pretty sure you'll pick.
I'm gonna go Patriots.
Jets down to the third string quarterback. Le'Veon Bell might die on the field if he carried the ball too many more times.
Bills, Bengals, man. What you got there, man?
Bills easy. Bengals got destroyed last week. Joe Mixon did play, but I knew his high ankle sprain. When I saw what the injury was, and he didn't come back in the game that week before, I said, "Oh no, there's no way." And he didn't practice all week, so he may be a little healthier, but that Bills defense is serious.
I go on Bills.
Yeah, I figure so. Before you get too far down my list, Lions and Eagles. Lions are a tricky team, man. But before you,
both teams irritating.
Yeah, the Lions beat the Chargers, played fantastic defense, but tied to the damn Cardinals. I think that was a coaching error. They first lost. It should be 2-0. Eagles lost to Deshaun Jackson in that game. I think he's out 2 weeks. And Alshon also got hurt. So
and they can't figure out who they want to run the ball. So
yeah, I think
still going Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles at home.
I'm going Eagles.
I'm going Eagles as well. Next game is, I think, oh, Lord, let's just breeze by. Dolphins, top team in NCAA, playing the Cowboys. Cowboys will beat them by at least 50. So I'll take the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
I can't wait till somebody pick the Dolphins this year.
It won't be me. Next game, Broncos Packers. Broncos don't look terrible.
They don't.
They got good wide receivers who are Emmanuel Sanders. I'm surprised about it. A lot of people don't know he tore his Achilles last year, and he's already back, and he's putting up big numbers with Cortland Sutton, Philip Lindsay. They are playing the Packers, who
Freeman
offensive
in there,
line
he
doesn't
running
look
it
good.
too.
Yeah, offensive line does not look good. They played great first half, and the second half they didn't have anything. You say you're not going against A-Ron, and they are at home.
Oh yeah.
I'll take Packers on this one just
I
because
was about to say, yeah, A-Ron, we going Packers
I
here,
don't
man.
trust Joe Flacco, man.
Yeah, man, I ain't fooling with Flack.
Next game, Falcons Colts. Who you got? I know you like Jacoby Brissett.
I'm going Colts for real.
It is in Indianapolis.
Yeah, well,
like
Darius Leonard got a concussion last week, so that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
That's a big
best player
deal.
on the defense.
I'm gonna wait on that one. If he playing, I'm going Colts.
Okay.
But that's real
I'll
deal,
take the
big
Falcons,
deal.
man. The Falcons seemed to click a little bit on offense last week. That's the key. They have some of the best weapons you can find.
It's in
Calvin
Indy, baby.
Ridley.
You know how the Falcons look away from
but that's
Atlanta.
Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, and
Devontae Freeman.
No. Mohamed Sanu. Okay, because I do not like Devontae Freeman. But I'll go Falcons this week.
You going Falcons? I'm going Colts. When the sheet come out, I might change. I don't know.
Skip that game because I think that's the game of the week.
Who? Just skip it.
Yeah. Then we go Raiders Vikings. I'll take the Vikings easy.
Yeah.
Raiders didn't look good last week. Like I said, they were playing off emotion week one. Derek Carr came back to reality. Josh Jacobs, I think, had a little bit of an injury. He's not getting any receiving targets. Is
Rashard getting any?
I don't know who's getting them, but
are they throwing it around?
Maybe not, because he had 0 catches last game from running back.
And in the game before, they got like one.
One for 28 yards. And, I'm not a fan of the Raiders.
They're a lot.
They're on the road, too.
I'm not going against the Vikings with Dalvin Cook running it like he had Florida State again.
Oh, yeah, he's back.
And when you got two receivers out there like Thielen and Diggs and the defense, I'm going to go Vikings here.
Tricky game, next one. I got Vikings as well. Tricky game here, Cardinals and Panthers. Cardinals at home. Cam Newton might not play this week. If he does not play, definitely Cardinals should get their first win of the season. Even though C-Mac is going to do his thing. And the Panthers defense is not bad.
What about the Cardinals defense?
They're not better than the Panthers defense, but like I said, Pat P's still out. And they having a problem getting into the end zone.
That's the problem. Kyler can throw for 300-400, man, but he got to get into that zone. His accuracy is up and down sometimes. It's hard to overthrow Larry Fitzgerald because he's a really big receiver and he has really great hands. So you should just be able to put it in the area and he should be able to come down with it.
And that he's not running the ball either. That concerns me.
They're not running the ball at all as a team.
Well, they'd run and read stuff.
No. You know I watched that game. They're
doing an air raid offense.
So. Yeah, it's weird because like most of their pass plays like really quick, like because I mean
if Cam Newton plays, the Panthers.
Okay, I'm gonna go Cardinals, but literally the Ravens blitzed him all game, like and left one-on-one coverage.
And I think also that the Panthers had linebackers to guard him. Like Luke Kuechly is still one of the.
But when you put Shaq Thompson and all them in the space, because it's gonna be 4 or 5 wide every play.
That's a good thing. Yeah, they don't have the corners.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like you I think they got Bradbury and them over there.
Cardinals gonna kick field goals all game. I just can't.
Oh yeah, you definitely gonna kick field goals though.
So
but
I
if
think
my boy
it depends
Kyler
on
can turn
Cam
it on.
don't play, then I'm definitely picking the Cardinals. Cam plays, depending on. I'm just gonna say Cardinals because I just don't trust Cam Newton right now.
I'm going Cards, man. Right now.
All right, Giants and Buccaneers.
I'm going Giants, man. I think they're gonna rally around Daniel Jones, man. Gonna make him feel real good week 3, man.
Tampa Bay will give you a game. I do think the Tampa Bay offense. I think James will have a big game, but yeah, he's killing.
Ready to eat a W. He's gonna take this L this week. I got the Giants, bro.
I'm taking the Giants as well. Good game this week. Texans Chargers. Probably both teams should probably be 2-0. They have mishaps. Chargers are at home. Still no Melvin Gordon. Still chilling, but they really don't need him. Austin Eckler is doing his thing. Deshaun Watson. They don't really. Who run Frank Gore? No, it's not Frank Gore. It's Carlos Hyde ran the ball very well for them last week.
Oh yeah.
And they got D Hop. Who you got?
This one tough, but I'm gonna go Texans because I like how they look moving Whitney Merciless back to his regular outside linebacker spot. He had been playing a lot of coverage with Clowney moving to the outside linebacker. So I like how they looked last week. It didn't look like they missed Clowney. Watt, he got a lot more pressure than he got against the Saints. So I'm gonna go with the Texans right here, man.
I think the Texans are gonna win as well.
Yeah.
The Chargers also have a kicking issue. The kicker missed.
Yeah,
Melvin Gordon looked like an ass last week because he got on Instagram. I don't know if you saw it or Twitter. Matt Prater for the Lions kicker missed a field goal and an extra point, and he got on Twitter talking shit talking shit about the kicker, and their kicker goes out and he missed like 3 field goals. So
why is Melvin Gordon talking shit anyway?
I don't know, but
like I would have tweeted back and like come play.
Yeah. So I got the Texans.
Got the Texans in this one.
So next game, Steelers 49ers. No Big Ben.
You believe in my Niners yet, man? That might be my second team for real. I really like them. Really balanced team. Really balanced
Niners
team.
look good. I can't hate on them. I don't know about the competition that they really played the first couple of weeks. Who did they play? Who did they play last week?
The
Bengals. They beat
Bengals.
the shit out of Bengals. Yeah, that really, it's 3 teams that are really bad. Giants.
Bengals not really that bad.
Yes, they are.
They missing a lot.
Yeah, they always
Your
missing
best
a lot.
running back hurt and your best receiver hurt. That's a lot.
Yeah, they always missing a lot. They always hurt.
I mean, they not a good. I never liked them though.
Yeah,
I like their uniforms. They always have some nice uniforms.
Yeah, so did the
They have
Jets.
some nice
So did the
uniforms.
Jets.
Jets got some beautiful uniforms.
They were awesome last.
Did I pick?
night.
Oh yeah, I'm picking Niners.
Niners. Yeah, Saints, Seahawks. Teddy Bridgewater's under center. And let's be honest, man. The
I
Saints
don't
should
want
be
to
0-2
pick this
right
game,
now.
bro. I don't even
So,
want to pick this game for real.
Seahawks put it on the Steelers. The offense starting to come around, and the key of this game is the Seahawks are at home. They play like animals at home with the 12th man. I'm definitely going Seahawks, my brother. You can pick against your team if you want to win this. You want to be a fanboy, you pick your team.
I ain't even being a fanboy. I'm really thinking right now because I'm thinking like, shoot.
You trying to think of a reason to pick the Saints.
Yeah, because they
heart.
receivers ain't hitting on nothing.
Mm-mm.
They running back really ain't hitting on nothing. Chris Carson, he ain't really like that. He just a volume runner.
Convince yourself.
Russell, I mean, he's straight.
Yeah, all right, yeah, he's
straight. He wouldn't even beat none without Sierra. Give me the Saints.
All right, man.
I think we're going to rally around Teddy B, and if Teddy B don't play well, we'll have Taysom in by halftime. And I know Taysom ready. Yeah, so I'm going Saints.
Taysom ready to play any position but quarterback. I want you to know that. Taysom is ready to play any position. I'm
like, if it was on Madden, like you put him in like any position, you're gonna be a 99. You put him at quarterback, 52.
Yeah, I think he's ready to play every position but that one, even kicker.
I'm going Saints for real. I mean that. I need that too. So we're gonna go with Saints, man.
So like I said, we're a little bit out of order, but as far as where we're going now, Sunday night, Rams and the Browns. I think that will be a great game. Maybe.
It could be a blowout or it could be really nice.
Definitely. Like I said, I'm not convinced at either quarterback right now. But the not the Saints, but the Rams just have so much talent and cohesion that I'm still not convinced that Todd Gurley's 100%. Still watching him play because that game was on TV and he just don't look right.
They just try to save him until the end where they need him to like get 4 yards.
Just don't look right, though.
Like we need 4 yards bad.
Nope.
Todd, you haven't ran the ball all day. Come on,
catches.
bro.
No passing game.
They don't use him until the end of the game where they trying to put the game away with him.
Yeah, so like I said, the Browns defense look
Maybe that's
good.
their goal for the year. Like let's just use them like this.
Maybe.
I guess he's okay
Rams.
with it.
I got Rams this game.
This is probably me trying to find a reason not to pick them. But I like how dominant Myles Garrett is looking. I'm going Browns.
Yeah, but the Rams aren't going to be as inept as the Jets.
Talib, he is not the same man corner he used to be. And you better not leave Marcus Peters in man coverage with Odell Beckham.
But I don't like. But you forget about the other side of the ball for the Rams. Baker Mayfield will be under fire. He will be under fire all game. Aaron Donald,
a little fat dude in there, do a little.
No. That man is not fat.
Little fat dude do a little something in the middle.
Do a little something.
He do a little something.
He gets in the backfield.
He hurt quarterbacks
every play.
He hurt quarterbacks for a living.
He gets in the backfield every play.
He bad. He a bad dude.
Baker Mayfield will be under fire, and when he's under fire, he doesn't look good.
I'm going Browns, man.
Okay.
I like the Browns.
And
I like
the
Odell.
Monday night game. He is on fire, but I think that has something to do with MetLife Stadium. But Monday night game, Bears, Redskins. Bears not impressing me, man. Bears
I'm going Skins. I
They
ain't
should have
gonna lie to
lost.
you.
They should have lost. They should be on to. They got a
They got
generous
lucky.
call on a roughing the passer.
I don't even know what happened. I just thought, I'm like, damn.
They
these
called
boys
that thing where you can't lay on the quarterback.
Oh, the what the fuck is it
I
called?
don't even know. Miles Garrett got one last
What is it
night.
called? I'd like to know
Doesn't
that.
matter.
Yeah.
Well, they got one of those when it really didn't happen, and it was in overtime.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a effed up call. Oh, not in overtime, but at the end of the fourth.
I'm going Redskins, and I've said this before, maybe not on this show. Redskins are truly, to me, the second best team in that division. I said it at the top of the year. I said they had a chance to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They really have both games they were in.
They won't beat.
They were in both.
They
played the Cowboys. They played the Cowboys week 1.
Cowboys did what they supposed to do.
But they were in the game with the Cowboys. They were in the game last week against who they played.
And they were both home games.
Who they played on? I don't give a damn. It's not college.
They're already on 2 in the division.
It's not college though. Where home field. When you play outside, home field advantage means shit for the Saints, the Falcons, shit like that. Home field advantage don't mean Cowboys. It don't mean shit to the Eagles.
Out on the road.
I mean the Redskins.
I understand that, but you got to win your games. It's gonna be hard. But you missing. You missing the reversal of that though. It's harder to beat those teams indoors. So if they come to you, you have to beat them.
Well, guess what? I got Redskins. Redskins.
I'll just take the Bears just to go against.
Nah, man, Mitch ain't doing shit. But Mitch ain't doing shit.
I agree with that, but
Matt Nagy got to figure out what he gonna do with the offense. He gonna give he gave Singletary the pill last week, but I don't like his play calling.
What you talking about?
Singletary. I mean, not Sing. What's his name? Not Singletary. What's the dude's name?
Montgomery.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking about Bills.
Well, he got hurt. Your boy from the Bills. He got hurt.
Yeah,
groin issue. But the game of the week for us is going to be that Ravens Chiefs, man.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Really?
No. This is gonna be the first game. I think Lamar. See, first week when we were sitting here talking about he needs to shut the hell up. This week he looked really good. But this week, just coming up, he got to play quarterback this week. He got to keep up.
No, but that's
he got to keep up.
He needs to do what he does. If he tries to do Patrick Mahomes, he'll lose.
But he gonna have to do Patrick Mahomes.
No, that's not true. They almost beat him last year. If you go look, I'll give you a chance. Go look it up. They had him beat, and they weren't throwing the ball at all last year. They had him beat. They took a 4th down for the Chiefs to come back on a 4th down to get that win. Okay, so they have the defense to compete with them. And the way he's throwing the ball, like you said, and his weapons, Hollywood, Andrews, the tight end, and they still gonna have that running game, and that Chief defense is still shitty. Yeah, man, he's gonna have a day. So I think the quarterback duel will make this the game of the week for me. This will be a good test for Lamar, like you said. He will have to keep up.
You got to keep up because last week what happened was he played good early, and they had it was like 14-3 early. And they ain't really put no points on the board in the second half. His numbers look good, but he would drive, 20, 30 yards, pick up 1 or 2 first downs, and then the drive will stall out. He ain't going to be able to do that against Mahomes, even if he go up 21-0. You know what I'm saying? So this week he got to show us he can be quarterback, for 4 quarters.
He need help from the defense too, man.
Defense played great last week, but you got to be a quarterback for 4, because 21 points even against,
I'm okay
the Chiefs ain't enough.
24 for 37, man. He threw the ball 40 times. Still had 16 carries, 120 yards.
I understand, but that second half, he just, when they start game planning and throwing new looks, he didn't look as great.
Well, the game planning, it caused for him to run more.
But the defense is awful.
Yeah, it's not. You're not playing the Cardinals defense either. You forgetting that.
Yeah.
This defense sucks.
Who you going with? You ain't
That's
picked
a good question. I have not picked yet. I'm on the fence. It is really hard for me to go against Kansas City, and I think the game is in Kansas City. So I will take the Chiefs just because it's in Kansas City. But I think it's closer than a lot of people think.
I was about to say I'm actually going with the Ravens.
Really?
Yeah. Their defense is awesome.
Yeah.
Their defense is awesome. They literally just lined up, blitzed Kyler Murray every play, and Cliff Kingsbury knew it was happening.
You know what?
They got great corners.
I think you're right. I think I'm going to go with the
great
Ravens.
Cornerbacks.
I think they go with the Ravens just because Tyreek Hill is.
Yeah, he's not there.
I think Tyreek Hill, I just forgot about that. And those other wide receivers,
Nico Harman is no Tyreek Hill. No. It's not. That's over with.
So
and their defense sucks.
I'm with you on the Ravens, man. Like I said,
I'm
high on Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, my fantasy quarterback. He's doing me justice. Lord have
Yeah,
mercy.
you got a bad defense and a quarterback who run like that, it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah. So.
I just want to lure you to sleep.
So,
But he do got to
man.
play quarterback 4 quarters. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah. It'll be no blowout.
So
from the Ravens side, let me tell you.
So we might have to extend the show to an hour and a half regularly, but we're gonna cut it short today. I got a whole nother segment. I'm gonna keep it for next week. The state of the black quarterback. It was a video. Warren Moon, EJ Manuel, Deshaun Watson, Josh Dobbs. Actually, check it out. And we'll talk about it next week.
Sure, man. Like I said, we got our picks in. We'll get Mike picks and everybody else picks in as well this week. So, man, saying that, man.
Let me use the restroom.
Huh? Oh, check us out, man. Like I said, check us out on all our platforms, man. Hey, I do you and you be Mike. Where can they find us, Cam? Where they need to check us out at?
Hey, man, look, you trying to find Wild Card Sports, you trying to find the fucking HasBeens Podcast, man. You pull up your browser, you type in thewildcardsports.com, or you can go to Google Play Music, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you want to go, subscribe, listen, or if you want to check out and see what we look like, with my mustache, got my stash. Y'all actually check out YouTube and check out my stash, man. I got my stash. I cut the goatee. I got the stash going today. But you can find that on the Wild Card Sports Network on YouTube. You feel me?
Man, 1K, man. Subscribe to the channel, man.
1K.
Show us a little support, man. We just want to show us some love, man. We show the love back, man. We support everybody.
Right, yeah. And also, I don't know if you know, I be making all type of moves I normally tell you about on the fucking show. We got some brand ambassadors, man.
Okay.
Shout out to my guy Prentice Bell, man, out there in Mexico hooping. We got Shane out there, and I don't know if you've seen Shane. He a freak, man. Like he played, he's a globetrotter, but he playing out in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
Yeah, he a worm, man. He about 6'7", man, and got all the bounce in the world, man. So
right.
We got some cool guys coming on the team that's gonna support the brand and expand the brand. So be on the lookout for that. We're gonna have a page for them and all our brand athletes, man. We're gonna have some wild card athletes, man. It's gonna be lit. You gotta get back in shape so we can put the number 10 back on. You can be a wild card athlete, man.
No, man, it's dead.
That's over. Yeah. Okay, well, next week, man, we got the state of the black quarterback, man. I talked about that a lot last week. I love black quarterbacks. I want to see them all do well. And I actually came up with a list, man, all the black quarterbacks in the league. And it's actually surprising. We got a lot of representation in the league, a lot more than I thought. So we're going to talk a lot about black quarterbacks and the stigmas of black quarterbacks and all the bullshit they go through being NFL quarterbacks, man.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate us, man.
Appreciate
Episode 11, man. Keith, we done made it 11 of them things. You've been at every step of the way. I appreciate it. Keith, shout out to my team, man. It's not just me. It's not just Keith. It's not just the people you see on them. It's a ton of people in the background making shit happen, man. So shout out to all them. And until next week, it's HasBeen Podcast. Your boy Cam, your boy Keith, man. We are fucking out. Let's get it.